Here are the exercises for Chapter 12. There's not many of them because we didn't really examine any new coding concepts here. Firstly, see if you can discover the compiler option to perform only pre-compilation. In other words, for every compiler that I've ever seen, there is an option that you can specify, either on the command line or in an options box or something like that, that says only perform pre-compilation. Don't do the full compilation. And what it will do is it will create some kind of output file. Usually those output files end in .i. I think they do. It doesn't really matter. The compiler documentation will tell you the name of the file that it creates. In other words, it will not create a .o file from a .c file. It will create a .i file from a .c file. In other words, it will take a .c file, and instead of doing the pre-processing and then the compiling to get to the .o, it will just do the pre-processing and leave you with a .i. So then you can have a look at the .i and see how it compares with the original .c. See what the preprocessor actually did. It's quite informative to have a look at such things. I suggest that simply because it's such a useful thing to do. You don't have to do it, of course, but I think it would be a good idea. Next, this is quite important. I'd like you to split up the course project from one single .c file into 4 .c files, and of course a .h file. And they will be the following. We want one called input.c, with all the functions that you have created that relate to data input, such as read string, read int, read float, and even read cd. And of course there'll be one called output.c, with all the functions that are related to printing your data. I think there'll be only one. There'll be the print cd function. Then we'll have a main.c, and I want that to contain just the main and nothing else. And finally, anything that's left over, any little bits and pieces such as the trimming of the new line function, that can be put into something called utils.c. And we'll use that to store any miscellaneous helpful functions that we develop